So how did you transition into being a writer then? Like you started out as an actor. You've written. I haven't seen a lot of the movies you wrote, but I did see the first Fairy. I didn't know there was a second one. I just saw it on IMDb, and I love the comedian that
Yeah.
you have in it. But like, how did you? I mean, obviously you can write. You also wrote a book, and the first Fairy movie was super cute. That was Dwayne Johnson, right?
It was. I haven't seen the second one either. I was the only person that got paid for that who was involved with the first one because I had the story by credit. But I got into writing because I'd always been interested in writing. I studied English at university, and then I wrote in my spare time. And then when I moved out of theatre and into television and film in LA, I had more time on my hands. So I started writing, and I got very lucky. The first film that I wrote with my ex-wife on spec sold for a high six-figure sum, and I suddenly had a huge career as a writer. So
You.
the Tooth Fairy became that was an interesting one. That was a general meeting I had with Jason Blum, who makes mostly horror movies uh,
Yes.
these days. But Jason in those days had just left Miramax and was doing all sorts of things. And he said, you know, what do you got in the pipeline? And I said, well, I've got these couple of ideas. I'm talking to my daughter, who was 11 at the time, about doing a film about the Tooth Fairy. And she said, oh, tell me a bit about it. And I said, well, I just scribbled down some notes a couple of weeks ago. And he said, oh, why don't you write that up into a treatment because it sounds great. And I wrote a long treatment, and we then got Gans and Mendel, Lyle Gans and Babylon Mendel involved because I said the one thing I don't want to do is write this movie. I'll write the story and I'll produce it, but I don't want to be in it. I don't want to write it because I was something else I was writing, and I'd written family films, and I was kind of a bit just not that interested at that point in time. So we found them, and we went through the studio system extremely quickly, and it got made by Fox within 2 years of me telling Jason about the idea.
Love it.
I'd like to be in it. I wanted to be in it, but I went to the studio after they'd cast it all, and they had Julie Andrews and they had Stephen Merchant as the two of the main characters in Fairyland. And I said, well, can't I play one of the fairies in Fairyland? You know? And they said, we've already got too many old British fairies in this movie. You can't I said that's 3 lawsuits in one sentence. Ageism, and homophobic, and national law racism. Too many old British fairies in this movie. I was so pissed off. So
Jason Blum is a big deal, though. Like, he has become a really big deal. I actually have a movie that